What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You guys joined me for a really cool video here today. So in front of me, I have the brand new 2025 Mercedes AMG GT63 AMG Coupe. I just want to give a huge thank you to my friend Anthony got AMG on Instagram here at Euro Motorcars Bethesda in the Washington, D.C. area. This car is for sale, and if you guys are interested in any other new or used Mercedes, go ahead and hit him up on Instagram. I'll leave all of their contact information in the description box below. But in this video, I just want to give you guys a quick tour and overview of this AMG GT63 Coupe. If you guys are unfamiliar with this car in general, it does have a counterpart on the Mercedes lineup in the new Mercedes AMG SL, but this is obviously the more performance-oriented version. It's also finished in this gorgeous shade of Moonlight Light Magno, I believe is the correct term. It is a matte white paint. It looks stunning even on this cloudy day here today. But starting right up front here, you can see the large and pronounced AMG Pan America style grille here. You can see it has this kind of piano black underside right there for extra cooling. It obviously has to cool the huge V8. You can see the Mercedes three-pointed star right there and the kind of vertical slats in the grille as well. You have a camera at the front here for the full 360 camera, a little AMG badge in the grille as well. The AMG crest obviously at the top of the bumper as well. As we continue along here, you can see these full LED headlights. Obviously, they kind of have a very angular approach, gives this car a really aggressive front end here. You also have some kind of air channels or some cooling vents on the left and right sides of the bumper. Obviously, you can see they are obviously fully functional. They'll direct air kind of down the center of the car here and probably help cool the brakes. And speaking of the brakes and the wheels and everything, these are the 21-inch AMG forged wheels here. They are finished in this gorgeous bronze color. You can see the AMG carbon ceramic brake calipers behind them as well, painted with the little AMG carbon ceramic decals as well. And speaking of those carbon ceramic brakes, they are around a $9,000 option on this car. And if I forgot to mention earlier, the gorgeous matte white moonlight paint here is also a $3,200 option. Here you can see the V8 bi-turbo badging right here with 4MATIC Plus. So this has the intelligent all-wheel drive system where it's predominantly rear bias, but it can send a vast majority of the power up to the front wheels when it detects some slip. I think the side profile of the AMG GT here is my favorite angle. It has such a traditional kind of two-door sports car look with the long hood and kind of the short wheelbase. It's a really, really attractive car, especially in person here. On the rear wheels, obviously, these are the same 21-inch AMG forged wheels. You can see the carbon ceramic brake calipers on the rear. This car is riding on a set of 305 30 ZR21 Michelin Pilot Sport 5S tires. These are the brand new kind of Michelin. I believe they're all-season tires, but I could be wrong here. They look really nice. I actually like the tire lettering and everything and kind of the checkered flag on the tire sidewall there. See these very thin kind of LED tail lights here. If we go ahead and unlock the car, I can show you guys what those look like. You can see the sequential amber turn signals as well, which look really, really nice. They're really kind of a thin light bar that goes across the rear bumper here. I don't believe that center section is actually illuminated, but gives a really nice look overall. You can see the Mercedes star, obviously, AMG and GT63. You also have the deployable rear spoiler, which comes up at a certain speed, I believe. Obviously, the signature AMG quad exhaust pipes, the piano black rear diffuser as well. Let's go ahead and pop the trunk of the GT63 Coupe here. Obviously, there's a little hidden button right there by the license plate. And as you can see, the whole kind of rear area of the car opens up. So please excuse some of the plastic and coverings and everything. This car is obviously brand new and needs to be prepped for a sale and everything like that. But you can see there's some kind of some hooks and some nets. Obviously, you can probably fit quite a few bags in here, and I would say probably a set of golf clubs. Here's the new AMG key. You can see a nice piano black plastic right there with the AMG kind of logo right there. If we flip the key over, obviously the top button right here is to lock it. You have unlock and the trunk button. This car also obviously has smart key access with these really nice kind of hidden door handles or flush door handles, whichever you'd like to call them. You just have to walk up to them and just press this button right here. Obviously, the mirrors will fold out to unlock the car, and you can go ahead and pull the door open like so. And obviously, when you want to lock it, you can just kind of press the button on the door handle again. So this example is also optioned with the crystal white interior, full leather. It is a $1,900 option. You can see it goes all over the door panel. You have beautiful stitching on the top as well. The AMG carbon fiber trim as well, which is a $3,800 option. You can see the seats are absolutely stunning. The metal AMG kind of backing plate right there. You also have white seat belts kind of stitching all over the place. It is a gorgeous interior, especially on first glance here. Let's go ahead and take a quick step inside the GT63 Coupe here, and these seats are insanely supportive. They feel really nice, and obviously you're greeted by this three-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel here with these gorgeous paddle shifters that feel real. I think they are real metal. You have the dials and everything for the AMG drive modes, which I'll show you guys in a second. Obviously the 12.3-inch infotainment display. You also have a 12-inch vertical infotainment screen here as well. These gorgeous, I think they're the turbine style kind of air vents right here that feel great. All this leather stitching on the dashboard, obviously the interior ambient lighting, the stitching on the glove box. Let's go ahead and get to the moment everyone's been waiting for with this thing. We'll go ahead and actually just put the car in accessory mode here, power it on, and put the car in, obviously, its race mode and sportiest setting. So as you can see, the dials that I mentioned earlier kind of illuminate and fire up. We'll go ahead and switch them all the way over into race mode right there. The exhaust valve obviously opens up. You can see on the left dial right there. With that being said, let's go ahead and start this thing up. Obviously, foot on the brake and press the button again to fire it up. Under the hood of the GT63, we'll go ahead and lift up the hood here, obviously under the hood latch. You have Mercedes, very famous now, the M177 4-liter twin-turbo V8. In this car, it makes 577 horsepower and 590 foot-pounds of torque. It has the 9-speed kind of multi-clutch transmission. It's all-wheel drive, obviously, as I mentioned before. 0 to 60, I believe, is in the high 2-second range, and obviously top speed is well in excess of 180, 190 miles an hour, I believe, if this car was delimited. It sounds absolutely amazing. If you guys care about fuel economy, I do believe you get around 14 miles per gallon combined. I think it's like 12 city and 17 highway or something like that. As you can see, one person builds the motor. You can see the plaque of the individual who built this one, so thank you very much for putting this amazing power plant in this car. And one other thing I'd like to talk to you guys about is that this car is also almost a front mid-engine design. You can see most of the engine kind of lies behind the center point of the front wheels here, so it gives a really good weight balance overall. Let's go ahead and give this thing a couple revs. Obviously, the car is a little bit cold, so we'll keep it a little bit limited here, but... So as you guys can hear, this car sounds absolutely incredible. Mercedes did such a great job with the exhaust of this car. I can tell you guys that's so much louder in person, and the turbo kind of spool up from the front of the engine there is also very noticeable. Hopefully you guys can hear that. But let's go ahead and shut the door here and take a quick look at the rest of the interior here. Obviously, I talked about all the gorgeous materials, the Mermister audio, kind of the turbine style air vents there. You can see the 12.3-inch instrument cluster obviously fully lit up. You can go ahead and kind of scroll through the various menus here with the home button. As you can see, there are a bunch of different layouts. I really like this kind of full screen navigation view, but obviously you have driver assistance modes as well. And if we scroll a little bit more to the left, you can see kind of the AMG specific modes there with some temperatures, and obviously the kind of horizontal rev counter you can see, which looks really, really cool. Also on the steering wheel here, you have some controls for the adaptive cruise control on the left side, and on this bottom right spoke, you can see the kind of touch capacitive controls for the volume and kind of phone controls. Obviously the dials for the AMG Drive Select. We'll go ahead and actually bring it back over to the left. You can see now we're in comfort mode, but you can actually be in comfort mode and also kind of open the exhaust valves if you like. There's a lot of customization that you can do. This is the transmission kind of selector down here as well. Put it in manual or drive. One other thing I do want to mention, when you twist these dials, you can see the mode kind of illuminates in the center console display screen there, and you can actually kind of individually select which drive component of the car you'd like to customize. So like I said, there's a ton of different modes and everything you can use to set the performance of the vehicle to your liking. But if we go ahead and just kind of hit the home button, like I said, this is the 12-inch vertical infotainment display. It is very quick, very snappy. As you can see, all the icons kind of show up when you press the home button there. I believe the climate menu stays at the bottom of the display there, so you won't have it get lost in any of the kind of menus when you're going around. The AMG performance page gives really really cool animations as we're kind of turning the wheel here. You can see the degrees of the front wheels there. If we go ahead and click over into the engine, you can see some power displays. If we give it a couple more revs, you can see really, really cool displays here. Obviously the IWC clock, which I believe is kind of for lap times and stuff like that. Also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and I would assume they are wireless as well. If we go into the settings menu right here, you can see some of the other assistance settings. One other thing I said I'd mention before is kind of the ambient lighting, so we'll go into that menu, go into the managing settings, and as you can see, it's set to this gorgeous kind of blue color right here. But if we bring kind of the slider over into the red section or orange, you can see, hopefully you can kind of get a better look at that as well. Right here you also have kind of an AMG dedicated button right there to bring up some of the drive modes that I talked to you guys about before. There's also this kind of car button right there where you can customize kind of the heads-up display, car wash mode, front axle lift as well. You can also see the hazard button is a dedicated kind of hard button right there. This, I believe, is a fingerprint scanner, so you can have like kind of profiles to each driver of the car, which is really cool. Obviously a power button to shut off the display, a mute button, and a volume slider down there. Like I said before, this one has the AMG carbon fiber trim, so it has really nice adornments on the center console here. If we go ahead and push back this piano black kind of plastic storage cover, you can see there's a wireless charging pad, 2 USB charging ports, some cup holders right there. I believe this is kind of an armrest if you want to use that for some resting, I guess. Beautiful white leather on the center console as well. If we go ahead and open it up here, you can see a couple more USB charging ports as well as some storage. And then moving up, obviously, you have a frameless rear view mirror, some touch controls obviously up here for the interior illumination as well. If you take a quick look behind you, you can see the kind of leather kind of parcel shelf right there. You also have a little bit of storage behind the rear seats as well, assuming you don't kind of have them moved all the way back. And this car is optioned with the Alcantara suede headliner in this matching moonlight or crystal white color. It looks absolutely stunning. But that being said, guys, that basically concludes the quick interior tour of the brand new 2025 AMG GT63 Coupe here. Like I said already a few times, this is a gorgeous interior. The quality feels amazing. This car is optioned to around $215,000, so I would expect really good quality, and I think this car delivers. So with that being said, let's go ahead and shut the car off here and conclude the video. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick look at this gorgeous 2025 Mercedes AMG GT63 AMG Coupe. Like I said, a huge thank you and shout out to my friend Anthony over at Euro Motorcars Bethesda here for allowing me to film this car today. I'll go ahead and link all of his contact information as well as the dealership's information in the description box below. But if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.